The Rhodesian camouflage pattern. Highly effective, combat proven, scarce, and highly sought after. There's just something majestic about a warrior in this pattern. In the 80s and 90s, the pattern was very much still readily available. Even well-known companies such as Proper International had produced their own variants of the Bush War pattern. However, nowadays, the pattern is very scarce. Originals are through the roof, and quality reproductions are hard to come by. But now, through Fire Force Ventures, you can obtain your very own quality reproduction BDUs. Furthermore, Bruce and I are excited to introduce you guys to a brand new line of combat shirts and trousers that they just came out with. That's right, fellas. Fire Force Ventures is bringing the tried and true, combat-proven Rhodesian camouflage pattern into the modern age.
What's going on, guys? Brent031. Got a special treat for you. Got my good buddy Bruce here. We got a new combat uniform from Fire Force Ventures featuring the Rhodesian camouflage pattern. So we've done a couple videos already over the BDU style uniform that our buddy Jeff Lesnar has created, and it's also sold through Fire Force Ventures. But like I said, we got this new combat shirt and trousers, so a little bit more modern take on the uniform. So I'm gonna turn over to Bruce, and he's gonna go through and talk about the uniform. So, Bruce, what you got, man?
Yeah, so like you said, brand new. This just came right off. The pre-orders have shipped, I believe, and now these are available. As of the time of the filming of this, they are in stock. Okay, so on this combat cut uniform shirt, your camouflage material, the Rhodesian pattern, is all ripstop material. And it's a little bit thinner than some of the other materials that were available previously. So this should be a little bit cooler in your hot weather environment. You've got your sweat wicking material on the front and back. So for your plate carriers, your body armor, this is ideal. This is going to keep you cooler underneath that gear that likes to hold heat in and be a lot hotter. Full mobilization, right? Like it stretches good, feels good, everything's good. So sleeve patches, you've got your bicep patch panels here, not patches, panels, but it's got Velcro available for your patches, Velcro opening. You've got reinforced elbows that are set up for elbow pads if you need to run elbow pads, those are available. And then your cuff is just a simple Velcro closure, so you can adjust that to cinch up on your wrist however much that you want, or open it all the way out if you want to roll up your sleeves like I'm doing right now. It's starting to warm up here a little bit. We've got on the collar, you've got your standard fold down collar, zipper front. There you go. On these combat trousers, they're also made out of your NICO ripstop material throughout, but there are some really cool features on these trousers that really modernize these as far as a pair of pants goes. Up top, you've got your wider belt loops all the way around. There's an elastic waistband in the very back so that these will always stay tight to your back section and not get loose whether you're wearing a belt or not. We've also got a little triangular D-ring here so you can hang your keys or whatever off of. Let's look at these pockets. So for your hand pocket, these are kind of tight up top. You're not going to lose anything out of these out in the field. You've got reinforcement on the side here for your knife or whatever you may be clipping into your pocket. Those are available on both sides. Brent, if you'll pull those pockets out, we've got this jersey material in the bottom of the pockets. This is available in all your pockets. Your front pocket, your back pocket, and even these side pockets here. Not sure if you can see, but that jersey material's inside so that when you're crossing water, these fill up with water, they'll immediately drain right out as soon as you leave the water, and you don't end up with pockets full of water that are slowly draining out over a period of time, weighing you down. Reinforced knees. The bottom of these trousers is pretty standard. It's got a nice thick cuff, and this is sort of a tight fit around your ankle. These trousers are cut in sort of a slim pattern, I would say. They're not big, baggy, want to hang on everything. These are very sleek the way that they're made. We've got a knife pocket here, or for whatever of the size you want, multi-tool. And then of course you've got your back pockets that are not flapped. You can just slide your hand, drop stuff right in there. The back of the cuff of the pant also drops down a little bit and gives you a little more protection across your heel. And it's sort of an angled cut so that it set the fit over your boot in a better fashion than most of the pants you see that are just straight cut off on the bottom. Back to this side pocket. So it's going to have Velcro closure on the top, but you've also got a pleat and a zippered front if you want to put something small in that zippered pocket that you're going to be getting in and out of on a regular basis. So all in all, I think that this combat uniform is definitely futuristic, definitely modern. Those of you guys that, like us, love the Rhodesian pattern, but maybe you're looking for the most modern available in design as far as materials goes, this is really cool. This is kind of a step into the future, and I think that it'll serve you well. Quality looks good. The stitching looks fantastic. I haven't seen any issues with any of the stitching. I've got one of these also that we're going to look at in just a minute, but I've washed mine once, no fading issues at all. You'll see that on camera. And I think that these are really good looking uniforms. You're going to be really happy with them if you can get them while they're in stock. So we go have a look at those.
Yeah, let's take it out.
Okay. Okay, guys. So we wanted to give you a comparative video between two available reproduction Rhodesian uniforms that are out on the market today. We've already done a full review on Lesnar's BDU uniform, so you guys check that video out if it's something that you're interested in. But we wanted to compare the new combat cut uniform available through Fire Force Ventures to the Lesnar uniform, just so those of you that are out there shopping, you're not sure which one's right for you, maybe that this will help you make that decision. First of all, caps are available on Fire Force Ventures. They have multiple types. We just set a couple out for display. You guys, I just checked that there's many of them are in stock. If you need a hat to go with your uniform, just go check out their website under the Rhodesian section and these will come up.
And we did a video on the whole of the hats too.
Dude, we got a hat video that's pretty epic, so check that one out too. So the differences between the shirt, this is a standard BDU uniform, reminiscent of the 80s and the 90s in the U.S. military. There are a couple of minor differences. We've still got the kind of old style epaulets, for example. This is a heavier material.
Were these 100% cotton?
I believe they were, and they were not a ripstop either. So these hold up very well under washing, of course. And let's compare that to the combat uniform. So on the combat shirt, you can see the colors are almost exactly the same. So that's good. The color pattern is very good. But this is a ripstop material. I'm not sure if you guys can see those little squares on the camera, but it's a ripstop material. We covered all the different features where all this is more modernized with Velcro and whatnot. But this is going to be a lighter shirt. It's probably going to be a little bit cooler. Of course, we've got our wicking material throughout the torso. It's definitely going to be cooler there. The downside is you lose the pattern, but the idea is that you'll be wearing a plate carrier or heavy gear over this anyway, so that's not really a loss. You've got just a standard zippered collar here over the top. You have to slide this one over your head in order to put it on, whereas your BDU cut, you've got buttons down the front and that opens up just like a jacket. You also have the ability to put your elbow pads in this shirt if you need to also. Let's look at the trousers. So on the pants, the BDU style, you've got the button fly, whereas we've got a zipper fly over on the combat cut. Just standard pockets, standard material inside the pockets. On the combat cut, you've got the smaller pockets with the jersey material so that it'll drain. You've got large pleated thigh pockets on the BDU, and on the combat cut pants you have a much smaller, slimmer pocket on each thigh that's both Velcro opening up the top, but you've also got this little zippered opening in the front. These are a slimmer cut. The combat uniform is a slimmer cut pants. whereas the BDU is very much standard. There's much more room inside the BDU cut. A little more forgiving, I think, on sizing. You want to make sure that you get your right size for the combat pants, or maybe a size larger. We mentioned that already. Reinforced knees on both of them. Just the design's a little different. And let's look at the bottom of this trouser on the combat cut. You guys can kind of see what I said, where it hangs down a little more in the back. You can see it's got that little change in shape there. So this would be the front where your boot is, and then this is your heel. And this is a much smaller leg opening than a standard straight cut BDU pant. You can see the difference there. These will fit much tighter around your ankle, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, these work really well bloused in boots or on the outside of your boots, and them fitting a little tighter around the ankle does a little better job of keeping stuff from crawling up your leg, I think. Let's flip them over, look at the backs. So here's that elastic that we were talking about in the waistline. It's just on the very back here, and it just helps keep that cinched against your body, regardless of whether you're moving, your movement, or what size you are. And you've got these open back pockets. This is for your multi-tool, pocket knife, or whatever, and then just a standard open back pocket here if no flap with your jersey material. Whereas on the BDU pants, standard pocket flap, no drainage here. It's a very traditional cut on these BDU pants. No elastic in the waist, but you do have these little draw ties here, so you can take these up if you need to in the waist a little bit.
All right, guys, well, this concludes this video over these combat uniforms from Fire Force Ventures. Very fortunate to be able to showcase both of these. Like I said, Jeff Lesnar, our friend, was the one that first designed and had these made, these BDU style ones. And you know, if you've ever tried to look for Rhodesian camouflage pattern uniforms, like few and far between and very, very expensive. So, you know, to get reproductions of them is just a godsend. So all I can say, you know, we talked a lot about the pros. Throw a couple cons out there, you know, just from, you know, wearing these, and, you know, overall, very nice quality, very good uniforms. You know, I've had a lot of experience wearing combat style uniforms, given, you know, my deployment to Afghanistan. You wearing the Marine Corps issued combat style uniforms. And now, you know, there's various other combat shirts and stuff like that out there. I know Bruce has worn those and everything else. So from that standpoint, I think that these are very well made. But a few of the things that I'm just noticing for me right now, and it might be because of a demand thing, so they only offer in like whole sizes, so like large regular, extra large regular. I'm a tall guy, I'm 6'2", so the length, you know, I could use a little bit more length on the sleeves, so a regular size isn't ideal for me. As you can see, it's for the most part it's fine. You know, it stops right here. I prefer it a little bit further, but you know, it is what it is. Right now they don't offer those longer sizes, so if you're a tall guy, you know, you're gonna have to make do with this. Which, like I said, I can live with it. Another thing for me, as far as Velcro is concerned on the sleeves, I wish this Velcro would go a little bit farther around the cuff. It doesn't. You know, that might be by design. Maybe they just want some more airflow. I personally would prefer a little bit to be cinched a little bit more. The shirt, you said these are extra large, right? Mm-hmm. So the shirt seems a little big for an XL, minus the length of the sleeves, but you know, it fits good. The pants, they fit me very well. I have about a 36-inch waist. It is a little bit tight in the posterior for me, but I do have a big rump, so overall they fit really well. And I am wearing some like Rhodesian PT shorts underneath these, so you know, that could be, you know, adding the tightness around that area. Other than that, man, they fit really good. So Bruce, you got any cons to throw out, man?
The only con I've got, so on the other side of the spectrum, I'm a very normal sized guy. I'm 5'9", and that's why I look like a midget standing next to this guy. It's not that I'm short, guys, I swear. It's just that he's extremely tall. But I found that the sizes for me were perfect, except, and I know that there have been some other people that have mentioned this too, on this first batch that has been released, they can be a little bit tight in your trousers. Shirts were perfect around my thighs, they fit. The waist is perfect, the length is perfect, but I just think that these are more of a slim cut trouser. We mentioned that before, but that If you are a stockier guy and you're not a slim guy, definitely order a size up on the trousers and you'll be happy.
Yeah, I would say that probably. I don't know. I'm divided on whether I would want to go a size up or keep the ones I have. I would say probably if you want to be on the safe side, maybe go a size up than you would normally get.
Only on the trousers.
So.
The shirts are pretty good.
Yeah, but for me, that wouldn't hold true for the shirt.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if I had a triple XL, like I don't think it would be too much. So
Yeah.
the shirt's fine. So I think that's pretty much it.
Yep,
So-
that's good. We're going to get out in the field and do a little testing with these, check them out and see how they go. So,
Right, and if you're interested, and if you haven't seen any of our other, camouflage famous videos over this camouflage pattern, like we have like 3 videos out
Yeah.
there over the Rhodesian camouflage. Phenomenal camouflage pattern, particularly during this time of year. Really a true universal camouflage pattern.
one of the few.
Yeah, I mean we've tested in the desert, in the fall, winter time here, and in the spring, summer. So.
There's very few we would recommend year-round for a wooded environment. This is one of the few.
For fat. So that's it, guys. I'm going to post the Fire Force Ventures website in the comment section. And again, we got those videos if you want to check those out. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave a comment.